Matthew Lewis Gaetz II is an American lawyer and Republican politician serving as the U.S. representative for Florida's 1st congressional district since 2017. His district covers a large portion of the western Florida panhandle, including Pensacola, Destin, Navarre and his hometown, Fort Walton Beach. He has been under federal investigation for potential sex trafficking since 2020. From 2010 to 2016, Gaetz represented Florida's 4th House District in the Florida House of Representatives, which includes most of Okaloosa County. He was elected to the U.S. House in 2016, representing Florida's 1st District. He was re-elected by large margins in 2018 and 2020. In the House, he became known as a strong ally and supporter of President Donald Trump. Matthew L. Gaetz II was born on May 7, 1982, in Hollywood, Florida, to Victoria Quertemas and Don Gaetz, who later became a prominent local politician. Gaetz grew up near Fort Walton Beach and graduated from Niceville High School in 2000. He graduated from Florida State University in 2003 with a BS in Interdisciplinary Sciences and then received a JD from the William and Mary Law School in 2007. Gaetz's father represented parts of Northwest Florida as a member of the Florida State Senate from 2006 to 2016 and was Senate President from 2012 to 2014. Gaetz's grandfather, Stanley Jerome Gaetz, was the mayor of Rugby, North Dakota, and a candidate for Lieutenant Governor of North Dakota at the 1964 North Dakota Republican Party State Convention, where he died of a heart attack. Gaetz is named for his great-grandfather Matthias Louis Gaetz, and as a descendant of Philip Gough, who arrived from Germany to Minnesota after 1838. After graduating from William and Mary Law School, Gaetz worked at the law firm Keefe, Anchors and Gordon in Fort Walton Beach. In March 2010, following Republican State Representative Ray Sansom's resignation on corruption charges in February 2010, Gaetz ran in the special election to succeed Sansom in the 4th District, which included southern Santa Rosa County and Okaloosa County. In a crowded Republican primary that included Craig Barker, Cabay Woods, Jerry G. Melvin, and Bill Garvey, Gaetz won with 43% of the vote. In the special general election, Gaetz defeated Democratic nominee Jan Fernald with 66% of the vote. During his campaign, Gaetz received almost $480,000 in contributions, about 5 times more than anyone else in the field, and almost 50 times more than Fernald, including $100,000 of his own money. Gaetz was unopposed for a full term in 2010. In 2012, following the reconfiguration of Florida House of Representatives districts, Gaetz's district no longer contained any of Santa Rosa County. He was re-elected unopposed in 2012 and 2014. While serving in the State House, Gaetz and State Senator Joe Negron proposed legislation that would hasten the execution of many inmates on Florida's death row by requiring the governor to sign a death warrant for those who had exhausted their appeals. He also joined State Senator Greg Evers in proposing legislation to eliminate the federal ethanol content mandate that 10% of gasoline sold in Florida contain ethanol. Governor Rick Scott signed the legislation in May 2013. Gaetz was one of 2 members to vote against a Florida bill against revenge porn in 2015, after having successfully blocked the bill previously. Following George Zimmerman's trial for the shooting of Trayvon Martin, Florida House Speaker Will Weatherford announced that he would order hearings on the Stand Your Ground law that was a focal point of the trial. Gaetz, the chairman of the Criminal Justice Subcommittee, was tasked with reviewing the legislation. He announced before hearings that he would not support changing one damn comma, but said he would listen to both sides' testimony. After the hearings, he authored legislation to allow defendants who successfully used a stand your ground defense during trial to be able to expunge relevant information from their criminal records. When his subcommittee was considering legislation that would keep suspects' mugshots off the internet until their convictions, Gaetz brought up his 2008 arrest and non-conviction arguing that his mistakes made him who he is and that publicly available mugshots could be a problem for those unaccustomed to publicity. In 2013, Gaetz announced that, in 2016, he would run for the 1st District State Senate seat then held by his father, Don Gaetz, who would be term limited out of the Senate in 2016. On March 21, 2016, Gaetz withdrew from the race, choosing instead to run for the U.S. House seat representing Florida's 1st congressional district. The incumbent, Jeff Miller, had announced 11 days earlier that he would not seek re-election. On August 30, 2016, Gaetz won the Republican primary with 35.7% of the vote, defeating Greg Evers, Chris Joseph, and 5 other candidates. This virtually assured Gaetz of victory in the general election, with the Cook partisan voting in.